Imagine rehearsing a school play in a vast, echoing ballroom. Just you, your best friend, and something else. Something crawling sideways across the floor, as if it thought, by not walking like a person, you wouldn't notice. This happened in North Wales. A 12-year-old girl had gone to spend the day at her friend's house. Well, house doesn't quite cover it. Her parents owned what could only be described as a mansion, tucked deep into the countryside. They were the artistic type, bohemian, eccentric. The kind of parents who let their kids run wild while they disappeared into their own little world. The place was massive, paintings on every wall, rooms sparsely furnished, hallways that almost hummed with a silence. The two girls were drama-obsessed, constantly performing and always pretending. They chose the ballroom to rehearse. The kind of room that feels wrong without music. Too much space. Too much stillness. It was enormous, with vaulted ceilings, wooden floors that echoed with every footstep. French doors opened into a wild, overgrown garden. Tall windows let in the last of the fading light. And something else. Something that didn't belong. Her friend was deep in character, reciting her lines. And then she saw movement. Behind the folding doors, a figure. Not walking forward like you or I would, but moving sideways. Sliding, like a crab. As though it believed that by not facing her, it might go unseen. It didn't. She stared. The figure was tall, broad. Male, she thought, but not right, not fully human. It glided across the room, never turning its head, never acknowledging her. Its limbs moved with an unnatural grace, like it was imitating motion that it didn't fully grasp. Part shadow, part form, flickering in and out of view. It moved closer, and closer still. She couldn't speak. She couldn't move. Until something broke inside her. She leapt up, screaming at her friend. "Run!" They bolted from the ballroom, sprinting down the corridor, hearts hammering, too afraid to look back. Outside, grasping for breath, she turned to her friend. "What was that?" Her friend blinked, unconcerned. "Oh, that. People see him all the time. We just ignore it." Ignore it? What kind of family live in a place like that? Just sees something like that and carries on. Picture this: a freezing Highland night, a sky full of stars, and someone watching you from the dark, wearing nothing but a white robe. This didn't happen to me, but to someone close. Last year, my partner and I took a long weekend to Fort William. It was midwinter, bitterly cold, but the night was unreal, jet black and crystal clear. Not twinkling stars, blazing ones, like pinholes cut in the fabric of the universe. We decided to drive out to Glenfinnan. Yes, that Glenfinnan, the one with the Harry Potter bridge. It was dead quiet, not a soul around. Just us, the car, and the night. We stepped out and the cold hit like a hammer, sharp, dry, and biting. But the sky, I've never seen anything like it. You feel tiny under a sky like that. We stood there for maybe 20 minutes, barely speaking, just breathing, watching, and letting it all soak in. Later, back at the hotel, we couldn't stop talking about it. It had felt magical. And then, out of nowhere, my missus says, "Did you see that older woman across the car park? The one in the white robe, just watching us?" I just stared at her. What the hell was she on about? There was no one else there. No other cars, no figures, nothing. We were completely alone. She said it like it was obvious, like I must have seen her too. A woman in a white robe, standing motionless, barefoot, in sub-zero cold. Grey hair, skin as pale as paper, just staring. I saw nothing. Not a shadow, not a shape, and not a trace. But my partner doesn't make things up. And after we sat for a bit, she admitted this wasn't the first time she'd seen something like that no one else could. She'd always been that way, she said. Sensitive, tuned in, prone to glimpses. That night, I thought we were completely alone beneath that ancient sky. But maybe we weren't. Imagine your computer waking itself up in the dead of night, just to stop you from drowning, and later, waking to see an old man lying across your stairs, staring at you from the dark. It started when I moved into a quiet 1950s semi-detached house in Hampshire. I'd bought it off an elderly couple, and nothing seemed off at first. But the cats started acting strangely, bolting out of the door like they were being chased. And then came the footsteps. Late at night, I'd hear someone walking across the landing, from my bedroom, down the stairs, but no one was ever there. It was the kind of house where the silence weighs heavier at night. You'd sit alone in the lounge and just feel it. Like somebody was watching. The footsteps didn't sound like pipes or settling floorboards. They were measured. Human. One evening, I ran a bath, left music playing on the computer in the study next door. I was underwater when suddenly the music exploded from the speakers. Loud, distorted, and violent. It shocked me so badly that I nearly inhaled water. And the thing is, you had to touch the keyboard to wake it, yet it turned on by itself. Something didn't want me to fall asleep. A few weeks later, around 2 a.m, I woke to the sound of a creaking door. Moonlight spilled onto the landing, and there, at the top of the stairs, was an old man. Not standing, but lying. Head tilted sideways, eyes fixed on mine. His face was frozen, eyes glassy. I couldn't move. And then, he vanished. A local told me later that the house sits along an old servant's path, a route from a Victorian mansion down to its ice house. Maybe that was him, still walking it, long after this time.